Let's talk about finding the reciprocal. Reciprocal is the inverse of a fraction. You get the reciprocal by flipping the fraction over. The reciprocal is the inverse of the fraction. You get the reciprocal by flipping the fraction over. For example, 1/9 becomes 9/1. Find the reciprocal of each problem. In this first example, if it's just a fraction, flip it over. For example, 2/5 is 5/2. If it is a mixed number, convert the fraction to an improper fraction and then flip it over. Use the magic C. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Keep the denominator. So your improper fraction is 13/4, so your reciprocal is 4/13. If it is a whole number, make the denominator a 1, then flip it over. So this states 7/1, so the reciprocal is 1/7. Pause the video and try 1 through 12. Check your answers with the following problems. Ask your teacher if you have any questions. Turn the page and let's practice dividing fractions. How to divide fractions. Convert your mixed number, if there are any. Then keep the first fraction the same. Switch the sign to multiplication and flip the second fraction, which is its reciprocal. So you notice these are in bold. Keep, switch, flip. So when you see those three letters, keep, switch, flip. That means to keep the first number the same, switch to multiplication, and then take the reciprocal or flip your second fraction. Let's try some together. Keep 4/7, switch your sign to multiplication, flip your second fraction. 4/7 times 7/2. Now you're multiplying, you go straight across. 4 times 7 is 28. 7 times 2 is 14. This does reduce by 7. To give you a simplified fraction of 4/2, which keeps going. 4 divided by 2 is 2. If you can see that that's divisible by 14, you can divide by that instead. And number 2, you have 3/5 divided by 4. Remember, in order to find the reciprocal of a whole number, you have to place a 1 underneath it. So you want to keep 3/5, switch to multiplication, and flip the second fraction for 1/4. Now it's multiplication, and you go straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Circle your final answer if that is reduced. On number 3, turn both of these into improper fractions. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11/4, divided by 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17/3. Now that they're both improper fractions, you can keep the first fraction, 11 over 4, switch to multiplication, and flip your second fraction. Get 33 over 68, and this does not reduce, so circle it to show it's your final answer. Now try 4, 5, 6, and 7. Check your answers with the following problems. Note that you can leave, if they are improper and reduced, you can leave it in improper format. Remember, if it has a 1 in the denominator, just write it as the whole number of 50, or whatever the numerator is. And on number 4, make sure you do reduce. Ask your teacher if you do have any questions.